Seeing a very volatile day in the markets today, and really a big push up for the Japanese yen, acting as a safe haven as always. Given the uncertainties globally now in the banking sector here in the U.S., what is your projection for the trajectory of the Japanese yen this year?
Well, Japanese yen will probably strengthen toward 120 gradually. Probably by the end of the year, it will be really close to the 120 level.
Is this because of expectations that we are going to see a policy change when it comes to Kazuo Ueda helming the BOJ? When could we see that? And how will the Shunto wage negotiations and the results next week, or this week in fact, factor in?
Well, for the time being, I think Ueda would not change the policy, but it is expected that Japanese economy could overheat, toward the end of the year or next year. If that happens, Bank of Japan may shift to tighten the monetary policy rather than continuing to ease the monetary policy. That could happen sometime next year.
How much more at an impact when you take a look at the direction of the yen? Is it really more in the fate of what the Fed does? And of course, lots of questions over what the Fed does now with the collapse of SVB. Does the Fed or does BOJ really have more control over where the currency pair goes here?
Well, I think, what is happening is probably the result of Bank of Japan policies. And, as I said, that it will, probably go toward 120 in the short period of time.
What sort of expectations do you have for the new Governor Ueda? Do you assume that he will take a couple of months to settle into the role? We shouldn't expect any major changes. Are we looking at the June meeting for something a little bit more significant in terms of the start of any kind of meaningful policy change?
Well, I don't think that he will make any major policy change for some time to come. He will continue the path that has been taken before. There won't be any surprise for some time, I think.
If we don't see any change for some time at least, are you concerned about the market functioning? We've been talking about the dysfunction, given, of course, this very long QE, unprecedented in previous administrations, under previous governors.
Well, I don't think that there would be any problem with the market. I think, whether it's continuing what has been done, and I think the market would, go along, fairly smoothly.
Sakakibara-san, what do you think is the biggest change that Japan needs right now?
Biggest change? What do you mean by that?
Whatever you choose, however you choose to answer, for the economy, for growth, for the future.
Well, I think Japanese economy has been doing fairly well, so I don't expect any, major problem facing Japanese economy at this moment. I am quite relaxed with the path that Japanese economy has been following for up to now, and probably for the near future.